I'm a first-generation American who grew up in Germany. I remember in elementary school visiting the concentration camp where Anne Frank died. That memory is seared into my soul for the rest of my life. We were taught to remember the past so history might never repeat itself. Anne Frank mattered. I've lived in the US for almost 15 years. Up to this point, and because of my privilege, I assumed that acts of racism were committed by a minority of extremists. I now realize what our Black fellow Americans have known for years. The dehumanization of an entire race is systemic in our country. I cannot ignore it. I cannot walk away. I cannot let history repeat itself. George Floyd mattered. I apologize to all my Black friends, former and current co-workers, employees, partners, and collaborators if my ignorance and privilege have ever caused you any anguish or distress. I promise to do better. This quote from a recent New York Times article stuck with me. Quote, "If you're not thinking about how you can use your company to promote justice, then you're not doing your job as an executive." Unquote. Imagine what difference we could make if every executive of every organization thought this way. Here's an initial list of actions I, Nicole Desain, am personally committed to taking. These actions extend to my business, Talent Imperative, and my community, the HR.Hackathon Alliance. I will educate myself. My Black friends have been so gracious in explaining to me nuanced cultural context and concepts, which as an immigrant, I was not aware of. I now understand that I was not the only one asking them these questions. I will not continue to put an emotional burden on them. I will educate myself on racism in the US and especially racism in the workplace. I will continue to support social enterprises that focus on leveling the playing field for minorities in the workplace. One of these organizations is I See Stars, a workforce development incubator for inner city youth in Chicago. I will continue to donate, support fundraising efforts, provide pro bono consulting, and engage in strategic collaborations. I will partner more with Black-owned businesses, coaches, facilitators, and consultants. I will shine a light on Black members of my professional network. My businesses are built on core principles of human-centered design, which include leading with empathy and valuing diverse perspectives. I stand by these principles as I lead and grow our community. I will use human-centered design to expand our own programming. I'm having conversations with Black community members and city hosts of the HR.Hackathon Alliance to listen to their needs and to create thoughtful programming to help educate, empathize, and energize around change. I'm comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. I will be reaching out in various ways to capture your feedback on how best we can support this dialogue in a meaningful way. Please join me. Together we can design just workplaces and a better world for all.